This is the new Axiom Pro DSLR camera from Canon. It's their latest and greatest model, and I think you agree that this website is super premium. And most designers would charge anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000 to build you a site like this. But here's the secret. This isn't Canon. I actually built this in about 30 minutes using Claude code and a few Google tools that are completely free. And this is going to blow your mind because this level of production is now available to anybody. And best of all, you don't need to know a single line of code. I just built a website that looks exactly like an Apple website, and I've never touched a design program in my life. I haven't used a Figma, there's no Webflow subscription, and there's certainly no $15,000 agency retainer. All I needed was a video file, a markdown skill that turns motion into scroll-driven animations, and these are the same animations that you see on Apple.com that cost studios 6 figures to build. I'm going to show you the exact 3-file system that I use to replicate an Apple-level product page in under an hour. This includes the skills that tells Claude code how to extract frames, map scroll positions, and create the parallax effect you're seeing right now. And if you know how to drag a video into a folder, you can absolutely do this. There's a few steps to this workflow, so strap yourselves in and let's build this puppy. So for step 1, we're going to need the hero image that you saw on the Canon DSLR website. And for this, I'm going to use Google Gemini's Nano Banana 2. I actually pay for this in the Pro plan. You can run this anywhere you want, and you can use any other image generator AI. So for this example, I'm going to start off with a toaster. Create an image of a 1950s US toaster. I want it in red in a black studio background with studio lighting, no hands, no people, and make it look like a studio production shot. Let's see what Nano Banana 2 comes out with because that's their latest image generation tool and it's incredible. And for this setting, I'm using Pro because I want the best quality output. And yeah, after a couple of minutes, you get something that looks like this, which isn't actually bad. Okay, give me the same image from a different angle. So I want the same product from a different angle because I'm going to animate this in the next step. So effectively what we're doing is we're creating a start frame and an end frame. And AI will basically fill in the gap in between. And that's the back of it, which is absolutely fine. We can work with this. If you're not happy with the image or the quality, just keep prompting it until you're ready to go. So I'm happy for this for the sake of this demonstration. So I'm going to download both of these images and then move on to the second step. Now that we have the images, the second step is to animate them. So for this, I'm going to use Google Flow. I've actually covered this in several videos. I absolutely love it. They give you access to Nano Banana 2 and also VEO for free. So head over to labs.google.com and there's a couple of changes that you're going to need to make from the default settings. First is you want to select video and frames and make sure it's set to landscape. The last thing you want to do is make sure this is VEO 3.1 quality and you've got an option of how many videos you want to generate in one go. To save time, I'm going to select it to only 2, but you can select 4 and just see what the output looks like. So for the start frame, I'm going to select the front of the toaster, and then for the end frame, I'm going to select the back of it. Now again, you can do this for any product, any angle. I'll leave it up to you. Try and be as creative as you can, and most importantly, have some fun with it. I want you to animate this product, so take it apart and I want you to show the individual components inside of toaster, and then towards the end of the video, bring it all back together again. Let's see what VEO 3.1 can come up with. Remember, you're using the best of Google's image to video generators here, and you can use any other platform as well. So Bing is also good. There's also Higgsfield and a few others out there. After a few minutes, you're gonna get something that looks like this. I mean, that's not bad at all, right? Let's have a look at the second one. Actually not bad. And I can play around with this a little bit more. I can make it a bit more specific. I can change the camera angles inside of Nano Banana 2. But I quite like this one, so I'm going to download this one and make sure you get the 1080p upscaled version. This will take a couple of minutes to download because it's obviously upscaling it and downloading it. And then once we have everything, we can dive right into Google Anti-Gravity, which is where I'm using Claude Code. So I'm inside of Google Anti-Gravity. This is where I'm going to use Claude Code. If you're not familiar with Claude Code, you can use it in any agentic builder. It doesn't have to be Google Anti-Gravity. The only thing you need to do is you need to connect it to an account on Anthropic. Once you're all ready to go, it's going to look something like this. Now, there's only one caveat that you need, and that is you need to create a folder. So all the assets that we just created, the images, the videos, you can dump it into a folder. I've called mine a 3D website. And you can see here that I've already got a DSLR camera, which is what I showed you earlier. And this is the video for that. And it's got all the other things in there associated with that DSLR website, all the other assets. There's only 2 skills you need, right? The first one is in the skills folder, which is skills.md. And this is basically everything, all the best practices. Some of this is actually from Anthropic themselves on how to get the very best out of Claude Code. If you want to create a website, there's a skills for websites. If you want to create mobile apps, you can tailor skills for that. You can do skills for pretty much any type of build that you can think of. And the point of these skills files is that the output is very consistent. You're always going to get consistently great output because the inputs can vary, but the design, the workflow will always stay the same. And the second one is the video to website skill, and it's more or less the same. It just gives it guidance. So you don't have to keep prompting it back and forth. And if you want these skills, leave a comment below, mention the word Claude, and I'll send that to you. So the prompt I'm going to be using is I just dropped in a video called redposter.mp4. Now make sure when you download it from Flow, it's inside of this 3D website folder or whatever you've called it. Help me create a one-page product landing page for this toaster. It should be modern, feel extremely professional, and feature smooth animations throughout. All text must be clear and easy to read with a completely black background for a true dark mode experience. The design should feel seamless. The design should seamlessly blend into the background of the toaster hero image so the entire page feels like one continuous fluid visual experience. Just one more step before you hit submit, and that is to select plan mode, because I want to make sure that when I'm building this for clients, I planned it out, I'm happy with the implementation before I click go and Claude build this out for me. So hit submit, and now it's going to action everything. And what's important is it's obviously going to use the red toaster mp4 asset that I've created. More importantly, it's going to use the skills.md files, and these are just markdown files. Generative builders use md or markdown as like a template or like a checklist. You see here that it's building everything. The agent is now exploring the structure. It's going to download dependencies for this website, so everything that it needs for a dynamic website. So think React, think Node.js, and all the other libraries, dependencies that you can install to make a website very dynamic. It's now identifying the video files associated with this project, because I already told it it's the red toaster. It's now reading the skill, it's reading the index, and this is from the previous DSLR camera that I created, and this will take anywhere between 5-10 minutes. It all depends on how many assets you want to put on the website. So I'm only just using one for the hero, but obviously if I was building this out in the production, I'd obviously add more assets, more components, and I'll just build it out on Google Gemini and Flow. Once it's done, it'll put together a landing page plan, which is this one here. You can go through it. If you're not happy with anything, just go back into prompting. But I'm happy with this, so I'm going to go ahead and click on yes, and then it's going to start building out the entire website. Now you might notice the frames folder, and all this does is it takes the video and basically breaks it down into split-second frames. And so you can see that here for the toaster here. And the reason Claude does that is because it's just easier for it to animate the website instead of using a video. But everything will be smooth, so there's really nothing to worry about. It's actually built. I'm gonna launch it on a local server, so then I can show you launch this on a local development server. So now this will put this on a local host, and then I can launch this inside of a browser. I'm gonna use port 3000. It just needs me to prove that. It's launched the server. It's now gonna upload everything onto there, and I'm just gonna say yes, do this for all projects, because I don't want to keep having to approve every request. After a few minutes, this is what you're gonna get: a premium, beautiful looking website that's completely dynamic, that looks incredible. It's got a text here on the left hand side, which I haven't created, by the way. Claude Code's done all that for me because it knows the toaster. It's got all of these interesting widgets on the website. Again, I haven't prompted it for any of this, and honestly, it's as good as anything that I've ever seen. Obviously, you can make it a little bit better because you can change the timing of these dynamic widgets. You can add more assets, which is what I would do if I was selling this to a client. I'd add more products. I'd add a customer journey. I'd basically just copy what some of the best websites in the world are already doing in terms of the content, like how they're structuring the content, how do they take that customer through the journey. But honestly, for a one shot, this is amazing. And this took me about 30 minutes. So imagine what I can do in 2 hours, 3 hours, 2 days. You now have the exact system that Apple uses to build product pages, except you can do it in 30 minutes instead of 3 months. Now, I'm just scratching at the surface here. There's a lot more to this. And remember, this is the worst Claude Code is ever going to be. It's only going to get better from this point onwards. If you enjoyed this tutorial, click on the next video on screen. Smash the like button if you got some value. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, because I'm somebody that uses AI to make money. That's all I care about. And I do it to help my clients. I do it to help my students inside of my private AI community. And best of all the content that you see on this channel is 100% free. Again, if you want the skills files, just type in Claude in the comments and I'll send it to you. Thanks again if you made it this far. And before you go, say it with me, something magical is going to happen today, because if you use Claude Code, if you start building these premium $10,000 websites, it absolutely will. And if you head over to Upwork, you can even find clients that want these services. So thank you so much, and I'll see you when the next video drops.